Okay, so me versus Gordon Ryan. Short notice match, about 24 hours in advance, like 10 a.m. the day before. I get a phone call. UFC's like, hey, Vinny Magalesh had to drop out. We need you to step up. I'm like, all right, no problem.
I was speaking to Vinny, actually, I think he had some sort of kidney issues doing a last minute cut.
Considering it was super on the fly, he wasn't preparing for it, so it was kind of just like a perfect storm. It lined up that he was preparing for the things he needed to prepare for. He was doing a lot of overtime.
When this match was announced, a lot of people thought it was a mismatch. They said it's gonna last 2 minutes, just like it did previously. But Nicky Rod's made a ton of adjustments, and I think psychologically he was much better prepared for this match.
Overall, I think it was a very good performance. I mean, that was like the closest anybody's gotten to beating Gordon in the past few years.
I get a grease check like 15 minutes before my match, and I asked him, I was like, is everybody else getting checked as well, or is it just me? And they were like, yeah, well, for sure. Walk out to the mat, get grease checked again. Got to be real safe.
He's just a very hydrated guy, you know. He moisturizes after every session.
Some people, I mean, it's really hard to tell if someone's greasing or not. I think, again, a solution Gordon suggested is a pretty good solution. Make people wear spats and long sleeve. Or another one I suggested is like an alcohol wipe down of limbs. I think that would be a great solution to put at ease those post-match excuses.
I think we can make some money off of this. I think we should start making our own B-team lotion or something like that. We gotta. There's something we can make money out of this. No, it went better than last time. I had to change up my game plan a little bit. Before he was able to enter my legs and whatnot and attack me from leg locks during ADCC. And this match, I was able to negate the legs and even engage in some kind of body locks.
He came out and treated Gordon really like any other opponent. He got to his knees looking for the body lock rather than passing on the feet, and he was able to maintain sort of this distance where he was. Some people might look at it and think it's stalling, but he was looking for openings. He's on top, sticking to his A game, looking for the body lock pass. And if you do believe that's stalling, Gordon is free to stand up and wrestle at any moment.
He showed a lot of improvements, in the first match at ADCC. He went out and he got leg locked, I think, in like under 2 minutes. This most recent match, he was able to actually pop Gordon in a toe hold and able to, get out of some leg entanglements and not get, broken or anything.
But yeah, it went much better. I was able to even engage a leg entanglement off of me trying the body lock pass. Gordon at one point underhooked a leg and began attacking my legs. I looked to reattack, via 50-50, and then ultimately turned to like a toe hold and actually ended up breaking his foot in a toe hold.
Gordon made kind of a technical error in that position. The way Gordon locked his legs up meant that if you were to apply a toe hold, it's going to come on much, much quicker because it's hard to extend your leg to sort of alleviate some of that pressure. And I know Nicky Rod's good at that because when we've done 50-50 rounds in the gym, I've made the mistake of locking my legs that way, and he has popped my ankle.
When he did get pulled into 50-50, he did more damage to Gordon than Gordon did to him. He popped his foot audibly on the camera. So if you pick up a pop on a live feed and you're not there, then it's probably a lot worse in person.
It was really good because now we see that he's human, He's not just fucking perfect. So it's good to know that I went from losing a leg entanglement to actually winning a leg entanglement against the same opponent only a few weeks later. And then overtime, I was able to escape. I go defense first. I was able to escape in 16 seconds. Next round, I'm Gordon's back. He does the same thing. Quick escape, 16 seconds on the dot. The overtime round was really exciting. Seeing him escape in like 15 seconds, 16 seconds was fucking cool.
Nicky Rod's been training a ton of overtime because he had the EBI event previously. I felt pretty confident that Nicky Rod was going to do very, very well in that overtime position, despite obviously it being Gordon Ryan.
Bottom of the third, so the last round of the overtime, Nicky Rod is able to lock in like a full strangle.
Full rear naked choke over the teeth, over the face, and it was close, but time ran out just as that squeeze was coming on.
Something that I think that Gordon might have ended up tapping to, had time not run out. I mean, who knows? But that's just my opinion on it.
Nicky Rod locks his hands around anywhere underneath the eyebrows, he's likely going to submit you. So who knows? Who knows? I would have submitted him. It would have been huge.
I think give it another 5 or 10 seconds. I think that match goes to Nicky Rod.
I do think that there's still improvements to be made. You know, like he didn't do as much as I wanted him to in regulation. You know, his guard passing is getting very good, and I think he just needs to build a little bit more confidence in that aspect. There's nobody else in the jiu-jitsu community that's as dangerous as Gordon. So the fact that he was able to go 20 minutes with him without getting submitted, I think is going to be a huge boost to his confidence, and you know, I think he's going to be engaging a lot more in his future matches because of that.
I think the real big takeaway from this is you saw he lasted 2 minutes with Gordon in September, and he basically lost by 30 seconds of overtime, popped his ankle, and almost submitted him in overtime come December.
It's like safe to say it's clearly much better than his first performance with Gordon. You talk to Nicky Rod, I mean, he's pissed he lost, but the way we see it is like it's a huge improvement for how long he's been training and his relative experience relative to Gordon. It's a huge win in its own right. So yeah, we're proud of him.
You know, it's good to see progress in a short period of time. And I'm sure I'll face him multiple times in the future, and you know, I have much time to adjust and to learn. I showed that I'm capable of escaping the best back attacks in the world. I'm also able to apply the best chokes in the world. So yeah, it's good to see progress.
I really like how the guys are improving so much, because we take a ton of shit online where everyone's like, "Oh, you idiots left Danaher, you left the best coach in the world." They say this stuff like we're not gonna improve by ourselves. Obviously Danaher is an excellent coach, but we can find ways to improve, and as this match demonstrates, improve in very significant ways. You know, I think Nicky Rod right now is probably improving at a faster rate than he ever has. So again, although it's a loss, we're very happy with that performance, and again, that performance demands a rubber match, demands a third match, and I would hope, given how close that second match is, they replicate the exact same rules for the third. I really think that particular rule set is a good one to decide the match, because again, if we just do a regulation match, like I think if you scored the regulation period, you'd have to give it to Nicky Rod, considering he came closest to a submission. And I think the overtime really helped us determine a real sort of winner in that setting, and it was very close in both regulation and overtime, so I think it demands a third match. And again, a very big payday for Nicky Rod, whichever show wants to book that match.